Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 63 of the classic wrestling series. Now, number one, judging by the scenery behind me, you're probably wondering to yourselves, why are we not in the normal recording area? Basically, there's been some electrical wiring that has been exposed. So I've basically just decided, look, we're going to condemn it. And we're not going to record it now until it gets fixed. Hopefully that will be in the next few days. Fingers crossed. Let's be honest. Fingers crossed. It hopefully will be. Number two, you probably noticing as well. We have a new light behind us. Hopefully, we'll use it a lot more. Hopefully, so I can actually record at nighttime as well as during the day. And number three. This was supposed to be the month of survival, so I had the idea given to me by Alex, who suggested doing Survivor Series 1990. Unfortunately, the way I watch the WWE Network is on my Xbox One, and I went to go and watch Survivor Series 1990 today, and the Xbox is not working. So I've contacted Xbox. I'm waiting to hear back from Xbox. They haven't contacted me since, so I'm waiting for that. But with that being said, December, it's either going to be December or January. It sounds bad, I know, but we're doing the month of survival and Undertaker's 30th anniversary next month, or maybe even next year in January. But we will get that sorted, guys. I will make sure that we do Survivor Series 1990. Alex, I hope you understand me. But as one door closes, another one opens. So I was thinking to myself after watching the AEW Full Gear 2020, maybe I should give a couple of wrestling companies that I've only seen one show of another chance. So with that being said, welcome to the month of second chances. So we're going to have AEW. I've picked 4 wrestling companies that I have only watched one pay-per-view of. Okay, granted, one show is actually 2 companies, but you'll see what I mean in a second. And give them a second chance and see if maybe I should include them in this series going forward, hopefully. So, the companies I have chosen are Ring of Honor, NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, All Elite Wrestling. They have not many pay-per-views, so it should be quick to bash them all out if I can. And Progress Wrestling in the UK. They have over 100 shows. Yay! So we're going to kick things off with AEW Revolution from, if I recall, let me just double check, guys. I do apologize. This was from 2020, so this year. It was February 29th, 2020. And to be honest, I have heard a lot of good things about this show. Obviously, this is the main event of Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho. There's also MJF versus Cody. So let's kick things off with the buy-in match, which is SCU members Kazarian, or Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky taking on the Dark Order. Let's watch this. So we just had Dark Order versus SCU in the buy-in match, and this was a really entertaining matchup. I enjoyed SCU. To be able to see Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels still go, because Daniels has been with near enough every single company I can think of. WCW, TNA, WWE. He's had a few matches in WWE. He was in Noah Wrestling, or Wrestling Noah. I can't remember which one, in Japan. He was at Dragon Gate. To see him still going in 2020 is really impressive to me personally on a whole, and just shows how much demeanor and determination he's got. Same with Frankie Kazarian. He was in TNA for the long. I think he was actually one of the originals in TNA, to be fair. I could be wrong on that one. Scorpio Sky, really impressed by him. I really enjoy a Scorpio Sky match. Dark Order, love Dark Order. I think this could go a long way. It has fizzled out a little bit when Brody Lee was announced as the Exalted One. But I think that they can pull this off if they do the right booking. And I think personally it could be a really good storyline. I enjoyed Brody Lee as the TNT champion, but that's future. But at this moment in time, great buy-in match. Would have gotten a lot of people in the, hopefully buying the show, finishing off. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's actually kick off the pay-per-view with Dustin Rhodes versus Jake Hager. This is Hager's debut match in AEW, and at that current moment in time, he is undefeated in MMA as well. He's in Bellator, if I recall. At this moment in time, he's still undefeated. So, let's check this match out. So we just had Jake Hager versus Dustin Rhodes. Hager gets the win, obviously. He's undefeated in MMA, so of course they're going to make him undefeated in AEW. I like this new version of Hager. I think Hager in WWE, I think Swagger in WWE he was there, but WWE just didn't pull the trigger on him. I remember when he won the world title after winning Money in the Bank, and he basically just ripped off Jericho. And don't get me wrong, Swagger was a great wrestler. He is a great wrestler. But WWE just never knew how to book him. And then, he goes, he leaves the company, he starts doing MMA, gets undefeated. He brings, Jericho brings Hager into the inner circle. Perfect fit for him, especially with Santana, Ortiz, and Sami Kagawa at this point. These 5 guys were a really good, this was a good idea to build Jericho and have this group with him. And it was a really great way to build him up as Le Champion, who he's facing Moxley for the title tonight. This was really good. A bit sloppy at points, but again, this is the problem. Dustin Rhodes is going on like 60 years old, and he can still fight. Come on, that's impressive, no matter what. Hager's good. Don't get me, I love Hager. I think Hager's really, really good. Dustin can still go. He can still wrestle to this point. Hager gets the win with the ankle lock. And yeah, this was a great opening contest. Again, a little bit sloppy, but that can be expected a little bit, especially with, just the timings and everything. But yeah, this was a good opener. Really good opener. Next up, we've got Sami Kagawa versus Darby Allin before he wins the TNT Championship, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's watch this match. So, we just had Darby Allin versus Sami Kagawa, and this match was really good. A lot of good storytelling, especially with Kagawa injuring Darby. Really entertaining, especially when the match didn't begin until both men entered the ring. That was really good. A lot of good storytelling in this match, especially with the beautiful 630 off the top rope through a table. That was really smart. Another really good Spanish fly as well from Sami onto Darby, and Darby wins with the coffin drop. The commentary, I didn't pick it up in my full gear review, but I picked it up here. It's really good. Jim Ross, yeah, he can mess up a couple of times. Don't get me wrong, he can do. But he's still bloody... Apologies. Apologies about that. The ghost, so sneezing, sorry. But yeah, Jim Ross is just one of the best commentators in the world. Tony Schiavone actually has like passion in his voice again. When I was watching the crap WCW, especially in episode 61, the spot was gone from Tony. You need a hype man. You need somebody that can bring the hype. Don West from TNA is one of those people that just brings the hype, and it's really good. Tony can be that guy. Excalibur really meshes well between the two of them, and the commentary is just beautifully done. And you don't notice the wrestlers at all in this match. You don't notice them at all, which is a very good thing. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the show. We've got Young Bucks versus Paige and Omega. That's going to be bloody good. So we'll see what happens with that. Cannot wait for this. So let's watch the Bucks versus Paige and Omega and see just how good this tag team match really is. So we just had the AEW Tag Team Championship match with Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus the Young Bucks. I have to admit, this was a lot better than the Young Bucks versus FTR match at Full Gear. This was very, very entertaining. I think it's because these 4 guys match up so well together, know each other so well that they can just pull a match out of their ass and it's an instant classic. Is it the best match? Yes. Is it a match that is raved about of all time? Yes. Do I enjoy it? Yes. But do I think it's one of the best matches AEW has ever put on? No. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great match, but I think it's the second best match that AEW have ever put on. I do think the oh god, what is it? I can't think of it. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'll have to double check which one it is. But there is a match that I think personally is better than this tag team match. But it's a really good match. Nothing really botched in this match. It was really good. A lot of great moves between the guys, a lot of near falls. It was a really good match, and it's a great match. Definitely find a way to watch it if you can. So now, guys, we have Chris Statlander versus the Beast for the AEW Women's Championship. Nyla Rose. I do apologize about that, guys. Nyla Rose for the Women's Championship. Let's watch this one. So we just had Chris Statlander versus Nyla Rose, and these two match up really well together. Statlander is a very agile lady. Very impressive, I thought. Should be in AEW more. Beautiful spear by Nyla Rose onto Statlander through the ropes. Beautiful dive from Statlander onto Rose as well. Nice power bomb, beast bomb, she calls it. Nyla Rose calls it. And it gets the win for her from the top rope, which is really nice. Well, middle rope, technically. But really great match, great women's match as well. So, yeah, very enjoyable. So, next up, guys, I think we've got MJF versus Cody. Let's watch this one. Excuse me, let's watch this one. Hey guys, it's Peter here again. I do apologise about the bit of a long break. It's been about 2 hours since the last clip in this clip. I do apologise about that. But the AEW Games 1.0 event just finished, and I just caught about the last 10 minutes of it. I caught about the full, I think it was about a 20-minute stream. And I'm actually quite surprised. I mean, the new console game looks really good. Cannot wait to see that more in development. A new GM mode, General Manager, AEW Elite General Manager for mobile. That actually looks really good. AEW Double or Nothing Casino. Not a really big fan of that, but again, I'm not really a casino guy. And to have the legendary, and have the brainchild behind WWF No Mercy, okay, that's pretty fucking cool, kind of thing. So, am I looking forward to it? Definitely. But let's get back to Cody versus MJF, shall we? So we just had MJF versus Cody. This was a really good match. This is the thing I like about AEW. They actually tell story, and they do it really well. They had Jurassic Express at ringside, basically being like, this is going to be a level playing field kind of thing for Cody versus MJF. That story going into it, that was really good. The whole story with, the last years and basically having Cody not touch MJF until the match, that was really good. This was entertaining. This is a great way of telling a story without having to actually touch somebody and go through the hell. The way that MJF had a submission on Cody and he actually had to find a way to actually use his teeth to get to the ropes. That was really smart. And this just told a story of hatred and just disdain for each other. And it worked. It was a really good way to tell the story. It worked perfectly. Cody losing, I think it was good for the overall story because it's basically just the way that MJF is just a bastard heel, and it worked perfectly, and he cheats to win. Am I a massive fan of it? No, not particularly, but at the same time, it tells the story, it gets into it, and, to be honest, MJF is just so out of it because of the blood loss. He literally just drapes an arm over Cody to get the win. So it feels cheap, but also rewarding at the same time, which really works. And again, this match is really great. The story leading into it was good, and at the same time, the payoff is just as good because the fans feel like they got a great match, and at the same time, they didn't get the result they wanted, but it leads into further matches if that does happen down the road. So we've got next up, it's Pac, the Bastard Pac, and the in-ring debut of Orange Cassidy. Now, I really enjoy Orange Cassidy for his work, sloth style. I am a bit of a fan of it, so we'll see how this plays out, shall we? Let's do it. Also, just before the match starts, I tried to stop the burp from being on camera, but I don't think I caught it just in time, so I am terribly sorry about that, guys. I will try not to burp on camera again. But yeah, it is Orange Cassidy versus Pac. Let's see how this match is, because this is Orange Cassidy's in-ring debut, as I say, so we'll see how this translates into a match. So let's do it. So, whilst the match is going ahead, I just want to make one correction to what I was saying before the match started. This is actually Cassidy's first singles match. He has been in tag team matches with Best Friends, so he has at this point 1 win and 2 losses. So I want to correct my mistake on that one. But as I said, guys, let's carry on. So we just had Cassidy versus Pac. If I watched this pay-per-view live in February 2020, I would have said skip this match. I would have. I wasn't going to lie. Pac was basically just, on offense for the majority of the match. I don't get it. Just skip this match. It sucks. But I have to admit, now that I've actually seen a lot of Cassidy's character, and knowing about the King of Sloth style, knowing that he basically just does weak moves and stuff like that to lure his opponents into a false sense of security and then hit big moves to basically try and get the win quickly to be slow as hell, then yeah, I now get it. I mean, sorry, the cats the cats can actually hear me. I do apologize about that, guys. I enjoy it, and I think it's a really good idea. I think it also helped that Jericho helped to put him over as majorly as he did when they had their feud. I think because of that, I understood it a lot more. So it does help that this is a... Right, I do apologise. Give me a minute, guys. I do apologise about that, guys. So as I was saying, now that I actually know a bit more about Cassidy's character and his wrestling ability, because he is a really good wrestler when he gets going, I have to admit, I like the match. I think this match works in a lot of ways. It puts over Pac as a bastard, because he basically just does not take Cassidy for anything. He's basically just being like, I'm a lazy fuck. This guy's a lazy fucker, and I'm gonna beat him fucking handedly, kind of thing. But as well, it puts over Orange in a way that is literally, I'm going to win by basically just doing anything in my power to basically just relax, and do it, as quick and easy as I can. So it does work, and I think it really does help that the character and the ability that that Orange Cassidy can wrestle, but he chooses not to. It works, and this match actually does work. I think it's actually really good. It's actually a sleeper hit of the show. I think it's a great way to show the characters off. So yeah, I do recommend them. I do recommend finding the match and watching it. We've got the main event now. It's Jericho versus Moxley. So let's watch the match and see how the main event goes. So we just had Jericho versus Moxley, and I have to admit, all the build-up packages for this show have been amazing. The music has complemented the promos amazingly well, and the matches have delivered. This match was so good and entertaining as all hell. Le Champion is basically just a bastard. Jericho is just an asshole. He's just trying to beat Moxley as fast as he can. He's just not giving Moxley any chance. Moxley's got 2 good eyes. Jericho thought he only had 1. What's out? And, Moxley winning, a lot of people said, oh, it's just another WWE guy getting a chance. The thing is, you do need to make the title credible and have, it needs to be a credible championship. Jericho winning the first go round, it made it a championship, not just a belt. It made it a championship. Moxley winning it made it a championship. If Paige won it the first go round, I don't think it would have been as credible as it is now, and I think that's a really good thing. So yeah, I do think that it was a good idea putting the title on Jericho, and a lot of fans thought, a lot of casual fans were just like, "Oh, it's just Jericho. It's just Jericho. He's a WWE guy, former there. Jericho's a bigger name, kind of thing." And I think it works as well because Jericho is able to reinvent himself, and it works brilliantly. Jericho is Le Champion, best gimmick, best gimmick. Personally, Moxley, he's basically just a hard-hitting son of a bitch who'll kick your ass for any money, for fucking ever. Great thing. This match, absolutely perfect. Think it's one of the better matches of the show. And yeah, Moxley winning. Was it a bit too soon? I think so personally. But at the same time, they're hitting the credibility of Moxley because Moxley, if I recall, I think he was the current IWGP United States champion in NJPW. I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, it works because it gives the title credibility that, Moxley wins it kind of thing. So I think they do a lot of good things on the show. Revolution, they do a lot of good things, and I think it's a really good show. Will I carry on doing AEW shows? Yeah, I think I will actually. I think they are really good shows. They are very enjoyable. Bar the watching the AEW game announcement, I was able to sit through this match, sit through the pay-per-view in one go, and actually enjoy myself and think it was a really good show. So, guys, I do apologize about the long absence in between the video, but I hope you understand that I had to watch the announcement for AEW games because I am a gamer. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching episode 63 of the Classic Wrestling Series. I know it's not really a Classic Wrestling Series episode, but you gotta change, you gotta adapt as fast as you can, and luckily I did that. But, ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the intro, we'll be going to NJPW, Ring of Honor, and Progress. I think we're going to go to NJPW next. What show? I don't know yet. But I think we might go to a kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. As I said, please enjoy the episode. And as always, stay safe, stay smart, wash your hands, and keep smiling. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Goodbye.